Imagine a world devoid of the familiar landmarks of our shared narrative. No internet, no democracy as we know it. Perhaps even a world where the earth is still considered flat. History isn't just a dusty collection of dates and names. It's the very foundation upon which our present and future are built. But sifting through millennia of human endeavor, identifying the pivotal moments that truly reshaped our trajectory is a daunting task. Are we talking about the invention of the printing press or the fall of the Roman Empire, the discovery of penicillin, or the signing of the Magna Carta? Each event, in its own right, holds immense significance. However, this isn't merely a recitation of historical milestones. We're embarking on a quest to uncover the ripple effects, the unforeseen consequences, and far-reaching impacts that extend centuries beyond the initial event. We're not just interested in what happened, but why it mattered, and how it continues to shape our world today. Think of it like a complex tapestry. Each thread represents an event, intricately woven together to create the grand design of human civilization. Some threads are thicker, more vibrant, exerting a greater influence on the overall pattern. Identifying these crucial threads requires careful examination, a keen eye for detail, and a willingness to look beyond the surface. Consider, for instance, the seemingly isolated act of a lone individual challenging the established scientific dogma, or a small group of revolutionaries igniting a flame that would eventually engulf entire empires. These moments, often born from struggle, innovation, or sheer audacity, represent turning points, forks in the road where humanity chose a new path, irrevocably altering its course. It's about understanding how these decisions, made in specific contexts, continue to echo through time, influencing our politics, our technology, our culture, and even our understanding of ourselves. The challenge lies in objectivity. History is often written by the victors, shaped by biases, and subject to interpretation. Therefore, our exploration will strive to present a balanced perspective, acknowledging the complexities and nuances inherent in each event. We'll delve into the perspectives of those who were directly impacted, both positively and negatively, to gain a more comprehensive understanding of the true cost and consequences of these pivotal moments. We aim not just to inform, but to provoke thought, to encourage critical analysis, and to inspire a deeper appreciation for the intricate web of events that have brought us to where we are today. Ultimately, understanding these pivotal moments is about more than just academic exercise. It's about gaining a greater understanding of the human condition, our capacity for both incredible innovation and devastating destruction. By examining the past, we can gain valuable insights into the present, and perhaps even glean some wisdom for navigating the challenges of the future. This journey through history is an invitation to connect with the collective human experience, to recognize the interconnectedness of events, and to appreciate the profound impact that seemingly small decisions can have on the course of civilization. Prepare to have your assumptions challenged, your perspectives broadened, and your understanding of the world forever transformed. To chart the course of impactful historical moments, we must first establish a framework for evaluation. What criteria truly define a turning point versus a mere event? One critical aspect is the breadth of influence. Did the moment primarily affect a single nation or culture, or did its ripples extend across continents, impacting diverse populations and shaping global systems? The Columbian Exchange, for instance, certainly qualifies. While often romanticized, this exchange of plants, animals, diseases, and ideas between the Old World and the New World following Columbus's voyages had a profound and often devastating impact on indigenous populations, while simultaneously transforming agricultural practices and dietary habits across the globe. Its effects continue to be felt in our ecosystems, economies, and cultures today. Another crucial element is the degree of transformation. Did the moment simply accelerate existing trends, or did it fundamentally alter the direction of human history? The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the mid-15th century serves as a prime example. While the technology for printing existed prior, Gutenberg's innovation of movable type allowed for the mass production of books, democratizing access to knowledge and fueling the Renaissance and the Reformation. This wasn't just an improvement in efficiency. It was a paradigm shift that reshaped the intellectual landscape of Europe and, eventually, the world. Consider how this applies when you evaluate the impact of digital communication in the 21st century. Is it merely an evolution of existing communication methods, or does it represent a more profound transformation of human interaction and social structures? Furthermore, the element of irreversibility plays a pivotal role. Did the moment create a new reality that could not be easily undone? The development and use of nuclear weapons during World War II undeniably meets this criterion. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki ushered in the nuclear age, forever altering the geopolitical landscape and introducing the terrifying possibility of global annihilation. The Cold War, the arms race, and the ongoing threat of nuclear proliferation are all direct consequences of this moment, a constant reminder of the destructive power that humanity now wields. Now, consider how this applies when you think about climate change. Are we approaching a point of irreversibility, where the damage to our planet becomes irreparable? Equally important is the element of human agency. Were these events the result of deliberate actions by individuals or groups, or were they simply the product of impersonal forces? The French Revolution, for example, was driven by a complex interplay of social, economic, and political factors, but it was also shaped by the actions of key figures like Maximilien Robespierre and Napoleon Bonaparte. Their decisions, their ideologies, and their ambitions directly influenced the course of the revolution and its aftermath, demonstrating the power of human agency to shape historical events. Now, consider how this applies when you assess the role of individual leaders in shaping the outcomes of major political movements. In addition to these factors, we must also consider the ethical dimensions of these moments. Did they lead to greater justice and equality, or did they perpetuate oppression and suffering? The abolition of the transatlantic slave trade, while a significant step forward, was a long and arduous process that involved immense human cost. The legacy of slavery continues to shape our societies today, reminding us of the enduring impact of historical injustices. Now, consider how this applies when you evaluate the long-term consequences of colonialism and its impact on global power dynamics. These criteria provide a framework for evaluating the impact of historical moments. Reflecting on this journey so far, we begin to perceive a grand interconnected web where seemingly disparate threads of historical events are interwoven with an almost uncanny precision. It's as though the past, far from being a static repository of bygone eras, is a living, breathing organism, constantly influencing and shaping the present. This intricate dance of cause and effect, of action and consequence, reveals a profound truth: that no moment exists in isolation. Each event, no matter how seemingly insignificant at the time, contributes to the larger narrative, adding its own unique hue to the tapestry of human history. Consider, for instance, the echoes of past innovations reverberating through our modern technological landscape. The seeds of today's digital revolution were sown centuries ago, in the workshops of early inventors and the libraries of pioneering thinkers. Each incremental step forward, each breakthrough discovery, built upon the foundations laid by those who came before, ultimately leading to the transformative technologies that define our era. This continuous process of building and refining, of learning from both successes and failures, underscores the importance of understanding the historical context in which these innovations emerged. In a similar vein, the struggles for social justice and equality that have shaped our world are not isolated incidents, but rather part of a long and ongoing struggle. The battles fought by past generations, the sacrifices they made, and the victories they achieved have paved the way for the progress we see today. Yet, the fight is far from over. The echoes of past injustices continue to resonate in our present, reminding us of the need for vigilance and continued commitment to creating a more just and equitable society for all. Drawing these observations together, we see that the study of history is not merely an academic exercise, but a vital tool for understanding ourselves and our place in the world. By examining the past, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities of the human condition, the challenges we have faced, and the triumphs we have achieved. This understanding, in turn, can empower us to make more informed decisions about the future, to learn from the mistakes of the past, and to strive towards a better tomorrow. As we pivot towards the final reflection, it becomes clear that the true value of studying history lies not in memorizing dates and names, but in cultivating a sense of historical consciousness. This involves developing the ability to critically analyze historical events, to understand the perspectives of those who were involved, and to appreciate the long-term consequences of past actions. It also requires a willingness to challenge our own assumptions and biases, to recognize the limitations of our own knowledge, and to remain open to new perspectives. Imagine history as a vast, ever-expanding river, constantly flowing and changing, carrying with it the sediment of past events. We are all navigating this river, each in our own vessel, shaped by the currents of our own time and place. To navigate successfully, we must understand the course of the river, the obstacles that lie ahead, and the currents that can carry us forward or pull us under. This understanding can only be gained by studying the past, by learning from those who have navigated these waters before us, and by developing a keen sense of the river's flow. In light of these insights, the path forward becomes clearer. To embrace a more nuanced and comprehensive understanding of history, to recognize its relevance to our present lives, and to use its lessons to shape a more just and sustainable future for all. The final piece of this puzzle awaits, promising a deeper appreciation for the enduring power of historical awareness. As our exploration draws to a close, the cumulative weight of history presses upon us, not as a burden, but as a source of profound understanding. We've navigated the turbulent waters of the past, witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations, and grappled with the complex interplay of human ambition, innovation, and destruction. What emerges is not a simple list of events, but a profound appreciation for the interconnectedness of all things, a recognition that our present is inextricably linked to the choices and actions of those who came before us. The echoes of history are not confined to textbooks or museums. They resonate in the very fabric of our lives. The political systems we inhabit, the technologies we employ, the social norms we uphold, all bear the indelible imprint of past struggles, triumphs, and failures. To ignore history is to be adrift in a sea of uncertainty, without a compass or a rudder, vulnerable to the whims of fate. But to embrace history is to gain a sense of perspective, a deeper understanding of our place in the grand scheme of things, and the power to shape our own destiny. Consider the enduring legacy of ideas. Concepts like democracy, justice, and equality, born from the crucible of revolution and reform, continue to inspire and challenge us today. These ideals, though often imperfectly realized, represent a constant striving towards a more just and equitable world. They remind us that progress is not inevitable, but rather the result of conscious effort, unwavering commitment, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. But history also serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us of the dangers of hubris, intolerance, and unchecked power. The rise and fall of empires, the horrors of war and genocide, the enduring legacy of slavery and oppression, all stand as stark reminders of the human capacity for cruelty and destruction. These dark chapters in our past serve as a constant call to vigilance, urging us to resist the forces of division and hatred, and to strive towards a future where the mistakes of the past are never repeated. Ultimately, the study of history is an act of empathy, a reaching across time and space to connect with the experiences of others. It requires us to step outside of our own limited perspectives and to see the world through the eyes of those who lived in different times and places. This act of empathy can broaden our understanding, deepen our compassion, and make us more effective agents of change. The true practice begins now, not in the passive consumption of historical facts, but in the active engagement with the lessons of the past. It begins with a commitment to critical thinking, to questioning assumptions, and to seeking out diverse perspectives. It continues with a willingness to challenge injustice, to advocate for equality, and to work towards a more sustainable future. and it culminates in a deep and abiding respect for the human story, in all its complexity and beauty. The past has spoken. It is now up to us to listen, to learn, and to act.